Any of y'all play Katamari? That's the first half of this episode. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 58 of the Journeys anime is another two-parter. The first one titled Panic, Gulpin Balls, and the second one, Come on Chewtle, Turtle Race. I don't want this review to get too long since there's two different plots we have to go through, so let's just jump right into the review. Like I said, the first half of this episode is basically Katamari. Team Rocket are all just chilling in their hideout, and I know that Jessie's supposed to be asleep, but honestly, with the Arbok mug there, it looks like she was just drunk and passed out instead. And that's even further validated when she smacks James across the face while she's dreaming. James thinks it's Meowth, puts it on the prize master, and Pelipper tries to turn on the master, can't, bumps it, and all of a sudden, a bunch of Pokeballs start flying out and they're all Gulpins. So that's the setup for the episode. The rest of the episode is basically how our heroes get stuck in Gulpins and how our heroes get out of there. And when I'm saying stuck in Gulpin, I mean it. Go runs up, and when Ash accidentally bumps him, causing him to trip and fall, he falls underneath a Gulpin's butt. And I'm not kidding when I say that, and he has it stuck in his face. Ash gets one stuck in his butt. They try to go back to Cerise to try to fix this issue, but as they're doing that, they get caught up by way more Gulpins, and now they're Katamari, rolling around in the city and picking up everything and anything. And in the middle of that, there's Alakazam, so now it's using Psychic and making this ball fly in the air for the most part and bounce. Now, during this, Ash is excited because he notices he's bouncing and he's having fun, and I know it's an animation, so I'm just making a point here, it's not supposed to be serious. Ash is not even rolling there. I don't know how the physics for that works. Everything around him is rolling except he's just standing still looking through the ball. How does that make sense? I don't know. Regardless, the ending of this episode is a Japanese pun. It's a pun on the fact that Gastro Acid, one of Gulpin's move, sounds like the word yay, and when Ash and Go yell yay to the top of their lungs, the Katamari ball breaks out. Again, it's one of those things that don't make sense, but you could always say that maybe the Gulpin thought they were saying use Gastro Acid, say hey, maybe both of them got punned out. It is weird though. As someone from the West, it's always strange to see how Pokemon will have episodes where they set up for one ability and one pun, and that's the entire joke of the episode. Now, we had that for sitcoms and stuff here, but it's always weird seeing it done in a property that's meant to go international. I'm not even sure how they're supposed to do that Gastro Acid yay joke when they translate it to English. I don't know, whoever the dub translator here is, good luck. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the reason the Gulpin were sticking to Ash and Go and everyone else is because of their ability Sticky Hold. The second half of this episode, Come on Chewtle, Turtle Race, actually continues from the end of the first Team Rocket skit. This time Meowth and Wobbuffet get up, and Meowth is still stuck on the vending machine. It wants to get out, but Wobbuffet wants to turn the machine one time because it's always wanted to do that, so it does, and the Pokemon it gets out of it is Chewtle. Chewtle starts walking outside and it ends up going to a park. In the park, it meets a Turtwig who starts trying to outpace Chewtle. They talk a little bit of trash to each other and determine that they want to do a race. Meowth wants to record this whole thing and make it into a viral video, and his conversation with his Rotom is pretty funny. And as this episode goes on, you immediately realize that this is supposed to be the parody of a shonen. They're slowly walking, but it looks like the race is super intense. A random Torkoal jumps into the race to try to outwalk them, but then because Meowth is commentating on the race, it makes the Torkoal laugh, so it ends up dropping out of the race. Their second obstacle is to climb up a set of slides, but Chewtle almost falls off the edge, only to be caught by Turtwig. And when Turtwig saves it, it says, "Don't worry, that wasn't me saving you, I'm gonna catch up to you anyways." Your standard shonen, I'm your rival but I'm a friendly rival trope. Then their second obstacle as they're racing side by side, still going intense, is a sandpit. There, a random Tortuga comes in and he's faster than both Chewtle and Turtwig. However, he's not paying attention, so he smacks his head at the edge of the sandpit, and that puts him out of the race. Finally, they're at the final stand of the race, but all of a sudden, Turtwig collapses. It says it's not thirsty, but it is, because its leaf is wilting. It doesn't want to admit it. Chewtle helps out, watering its leaf. All of a sudden, it has energy again. They talk to each other like shonen rivals before finishing the race one final time. But as they're about to finish the race, a whole bunch of other turtle Pokemon jump in the race. All of a sudden, right before the finishing line, as Wobbuffet is running away, they all stop. Because their trainer is a Turtle Master on 5 Blastoises. And I'm pretty sure this Turtle Master is supposed to be an analogy to Master Roshi. The posture is similar to Master Roshi, and if you look at his shirt, he even has the turtle shell on his back, so I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be an analogy for Master Roshi. Either way, all the Pokemon here, including the Turtwig, go back to the Turtle Master trainer. However, that means that Chewtle walks through the line and now has officially won the race, and that is the end of the episode. The second half is so much better than the first half, and I actually found this legitimately funny. As soon as I understood what it was supposed to be, that it was supposed to be like a parody of an anime trope, that's how I took it, and the episode flowed so much better than the first one. If you only had time to watch one of these 2 episodes, I'd recommend the second one because I think the second one is done really well. I like the interaction with the Rotom, I like the interaction with the turtles, I like everything about this second part of this episode. This one was pretty good. And of course, anytime we get a Dragon Ball reference in Pokemon, it's always pretty awesome. Jesse and James don't do much in this episode at all, but you know what, I'm kinda used to it. I binge watched AG and Diamond and Pearl and Black and White a couple years ago, and although they're not as prominent in Black and White, in AG and Diamond and Pearl, there's almost every episode, and I got really sick of them. So I actually don't mind the fact that they're not involved in this episode at all. I know some people feel like they're being shafted as characters, but honestly, the peak of their character is going to be Sun and Moon, and if they're not going to be able to top that, why even try at this point? So yeah, overall, this is a episode, just like the episode itself, of 2 halves. The first one is alright, it's a weird Katamari thing, but the second one is actually pretty fun and enjoyable. So if you haven't already, you can check it out. The next episode is the Grookey episode, and like I predicted a long time ago, it looks like Grookey is going to go instead of Ash. The twist is this time, however, the Grookey already belongs to someone, so I wonder how they're gonna give this Grookey to go. It'll be interesting to see. But anyways, that is it for my review of episode 58 of the Journeys anime. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. What did you think of the second half of this episode? You can follow me on Twitter at TheRealPDGaming, and that is it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.